So she wants that height.
Well, I am a little taller than her.
If she speaks up, test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that better? With more volume? Test 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. With a volume is better? Okay, good.
Man, I'm hungry.
No.
And then you gotta go brief the rack, so they can also, if they're responsible for all the senior facilities,
Yep.
that they can mention.
That's
County, these have to listen.
That's when I call her, so we help too. So Collier's been up with me and Mom, and then of course Chad works with Kim Pax's office, APS, legislative committee.
Check, check, 1, 2, check, 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 1, 2.
No, Secretary of State.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. Yes. 2 weeks. Very nice.
Just take that to your national.
Yep.
And did you see when they made that, short line? Yeah.
Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. All right.
Okay. And I didn't think I got off the table. Words. Yeah, blind. I run for the light on the detonation, but not this. Never again am I gonna have an idea. Yeah.
Sounds like you have great ideas.
She said it already. Bye. Yes, we got 3 weeks.
Yeah, and one day.
She was doing her medication. Yeah, this happened. Well, this happened.
Okay.
She had been used.
Oh, yeah, the pulse.
Threatened me with a good time.
I'm on the executive committee of Laurie. Support on, or the EOC.
She free?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but it is way over.
Christensen.
What are you looking for?
Laurie?
Laurie?
Usually if it's this late, we'll have we'll be like marchers by the time the winter comes. So like we do it's all right, we're ready. So winter, one day, 2 days.
Yeah, and it's just how it goes. Vertical goes with it on Twitter. It cuts off the captions. It puts it in a box. Everything you gotta do format. Everywhere goes. but I stole it, so when I saw another photographer.
You gotta get it engraved or like sketched out or something.
What is it when they burn it in? That's the cool setup I've seen in photography. You had an iPad on a belt that had pictures, and somehow you had the pictures saved to your iPad, so you like pull it out and show you. Like, as soon as you took it. I don't know how you did it, but.
schools for fire safety. We do that as a matter of course. We partner with the schools to make sure that they're safe, but now we have codified that, and that will make sure that we can enforce that, and that it is really part of our duties. When the power went out during Hurricane Beryl, it exposed a critical gap in our community's emergency preparation for seniors. We saw some assisted living facilities having to rely on generators, and oftentimes even those generators were not enough. And so we are working to ensure that there is proper backup power, whether it is to maintain facilities warm or to maintain facilities cool when the weather is high, as it was during Hurricane Beryl. Some facilities had no generators at all. 38 people died in Harris County from Hurricane Beryl, and 3 out of every 4 were seniors. So this will allow us to require that nursing and assisted living facilities have a source of backup power that is proper, and that will ideally and in theory survive a power loss to provide the proper electricity needed for all the residents. Finally, there's the point of fires at scrap yards and disposal facilities. Earlier this year, in August, end of August, there was a scrapyard fire. Then, September 5th, there was a scrapyard fire at a metal recycling facility. September 18th, a recycling facility fire. September 24th, a trash fire. You all remember as well as I do, it just seemed unbelievable that these fires kept happening. And perhaps it was a coincidence that these all happened relatively close to one another in terms of time, but it has been a challenge in our community, especially in the outlying areas of our county. And so we're taking a step today to help make sure that these facilities do not turn into dangerous fires, do not put our firefighters in danger unnecessarily. So one of the things that contributes to these fires is people not disposing of lithium batteries properly. Lithium batteries are used in personal electronic devices like this one, in most electric vehicles, vaping devices, even some toys. So we should treat batteries as hazardous materials, be it the lithium-ion batteries or just the standard batteries that you might use in any kind of toy or small appliance. These shouldn't be thrown away like regular trash. I admit I knew that, but I didn't know where to take the batteries, where to take the phones we no longer need, and similar appliances. And so we're now implementing specific guidelines for battery storage. We have some visuals behind us that show what lithium batteries look like when they catch fire, and it's a big problem. So we are launching a charge campaign, which is focused on educating the public about how we can all dispose of batteries properly. I want to encourage folks, especially with the holiday season coming up, we're giving gifts with lithium batteries. Oftentimes, we buy them online, perhaps from discount retailers. Those are even less likely to be safe. So we want to make sure that we're disposing of those in the best way possible. And here's an easy way to figure out where to take your batteries. You simply go to earth911.com. Earth911.com, we tested it. We found several facilities right near where we lived, so it really is something that's very accessible, and we just need to educate ourselves, our families, in how to dispose of these, not just because it's the proper thing to do for the environment, but also because of fire safety. We're working with several of our partners, including the Houston Zoo, to set up even more battery disposals sites throughout Harris County using funding we recently received from a Department of Energy grant. So that'll make it even more convenient and allow there to be even more locations close to residents. All of the emergencies the past few months have been hard for our community, but they've also shown how resilient and how willing we are to step up and to help our neighbors. So I want to just acknowledge that, acknowledge the community for getting through all of this, and just encourage folks to help us. You've already done your part by approving that Proposition A. This is something that we're asking you to be more conscious of. You'll see it's very convenient, and then of course we're updating the fire code as well to keep you safe. I do want to acknowledge, of course, the fallen firefighter Garcia. He worked with the Houston Fire Department for 10 years, and it shows you, again, the importance of us not putting our firefighters at risk unnecessarily. We were discussing earlier, a lot of the firefighters around our county, around the nation, are volunteer firefighters. Of course, this was not the case with him, but in any case, he's putting his life at risk, and at this point, it was a tragedy. So tomorrow, we will be declaring the day in his honor, and we are sending all the support to his family. Or Fire Marshal's office is in touch to help support with the services, etc. Let me repeat briefly in Spanish, and then I'll pass it on to Chief Reed. Ha habido muchas emergencias últimamente. Por ejemplo, el incendio en Deer Park, el huracán Beryl, el derecho, las inundaciones en el área de Kingwood. Y bueno, uno se cansa, pero el lado positivo es que hay aprendizajes acerca de la preparación de emergencias. Un aprendizaje, por ejemplo, después del huracán Beryl, nos dimos cuenta que no estamos invirtiendo suficiente en mantener la infraestructura de control de inundaciones. Entonces, pusimos una iniciativa en la boleta ahorita en las elecciones de noviembre, pidiendo a los votantes que aprobaran fondos para mantener de una manera apropiada nuestros proyectos de control de inundaciones, y los votantes aprobaron esa propuesta. Entonces les quiero dar las gracias por eso. Históricamente el condado simplemente ha construido más infraestructura, mas no ha invertido en mantener esa infraestructura. Como un automóvil, uno tiene que hacerle mantenimiento, si no, no va a funcionar. Entonces es un cambio que tal vez es obvio, pero es algo que no había sucedido. Entonces va a ayudar bastante el impacto o la eficacia de nuestra infraestructura. Hay más iniciativas que estamos tomando. Por ejemplo, el código de incendios que tenemos en el condado Harris. En este momento estamos trabajando, bueno, ayer estamos trabajando con el código de incendios del 2018 y habíamos hecho ciertos cambios uno por uno. Hoy día acabamos de adoptar el código de incendios del 2021 y bueno, hay uno de 2024, pero la idea es que haya un código consistente a través de todas las entidades de gobierno en la región, para que los desarrolladores tengan un código que van a seguir. ¿Cuál es el cambio con este código? Primero, las inspecciones a las escuelas. Nosotros hacemos inspecciones a las escuelas, trabajamos con las escuelas para asegurarnos que sean seguras en cuanto a la posibilidad de un incendio, pero no es un requerimiento bajo estatuto estatal. Entonces, con este código ya va a ser parte de los requerimientos locales, va a asegurar que podamos realmente forzar que eso se lleve a cabo. Otro tema es el requerir preparaciones adecuadas en residencias de asistencia, residencias para personas de tercera edad. Durante el huracán Beryl murieron 38 personas, 3 de cada 4 eran personas mayores de edad, 38 personas aquí en el condado Harris. Y la razón es básicamente que los generadores no funcionaron, que si habían generadores no fueron suficientes. Entonces, esto va a asegurar que nosotros podamos visitar las varias entidades que cuidan a las personas mayores, personas que necesitan asistencia, y verificar que hay suficiente infraestructura, suficiente preparación para poder tener energía de respaldo y mantener dispositivos médicos críticos. Finalmente, estamos trabajando para reducir los incendios en depósitos de chatarras y centros de desecho. El 28 de agosto de este año 5 de septiembre, 18 de septiembre, 24 de septiembre, hubieron incendios en depósitos de chatarras y en centros de desecho. Pareciera una coincidencia que hubieron tantos tan seguido, pero esto es algo que sucede a través del condado, más que nada en las áreas exteriores del condado, pero es algo muy consistente. ¿Y por qué sucede esto? Más que nada son las baterías de litio que se encuentran dentro de celulares como dentro de los vehículos eléctricos, inclusive ciertos juguetes. Entonces ahora que vienen las navidades, las vacaciones, si usted va a comprar nuevos equipos, juguetes, lo que sea, y tiene que desechar los más antiguos o bueno, a futuro, les pedimos que por favor lo hagan de una manera segura. Así hacemos nuestra parte para prevenir incendios. Es súper fácil. Les confieso que yo no sabía cómo desechar, por ejemplo, un celular ya usado. Y la solución es ir a la página web earth911.com y hacerle clic a Where to Recycle. En esa página web se dará cuenta que cerca de donde usted vive hay varios sitios donde puede llevar este dispositivo que ya no va a utilizar y simplemente entregarlo, lo reciclarán de una manera segura y así no va a causar estos incendios que finalmente ponen a nuestros bomberos en riesgo sin necesidad. Y en eso quiero, bueno, primero agradecer a la comunidad por votar por esta proposición A en cuanto al mantenimiento de la infraestructura de control de inundaciones. Segundo, pedirles que nos ayuden con el desecho de estos materiales con baterías de litio. Y finalmente, bueno, enviarle mucho cariño y agradecimiento a la familia del bombero García, quien trabajó para el Departamento de Bomberos de Houston y falleció la semana pasada. El día de mañana lo nombraremos ese día en el condado Harris como el día de este bombero, y nuestra oficina de bomberos aquí en Harris County está colaborando para apoyar también a la familia y a las preparaciones funerarias. Okay, with that, I will pass it on to Chief Reed.
Afternoon, Rodney Reed, Executive Assistant Chief with the Harris County Fire Marshal's Office. This campaign that we started was, again, as the judge identified, as we were starting to see more and more of these fires in the county. One of the commonalities that we looked at was a need to create an education campaign to educate the public on how to safely use, how to dispose of, and God forbid, in the event there is an incident, what are the appropriate steps that should be taken for a battery fire emergency? As you can see from the table here, there are countless different devices that utilize lithium-ion batteries, and every one of them on the table are developed by reputable manufacturers. However, we do understand that as people purchase through websites and other locations, they may get non-compliant, non-CE, non-UL approved batteries, and those start to create a risk. And so Fire Marshal Christensen charged us with creating an education campaign. Thankfully, the U.S. Fire Administration, in partnership with UL, created the Take Charge campaign. And that's what today Harris County is working to amplify the message, which is specifically looking at the 6 steps identified in the charge campaign, which looks at choosing certified products and education on that, not just blindly ordering from websites, handling lithium-ion battery-powered devices with care, always staying alert to warning signs around the devices, recycling devices properly, getting out quickly if there is a fire, and then educating others on battery safety. And so through our Harris County Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Management, the County Judge's Office, through the Fire Marshal's website, we have links to this national program as we try to create an education campaign, as the judge said, leading up to Christmas, so that, again, we make sure that everybody's staying safe. And so, again, as the judge mentioned, Earth 911 is an amazing location to figure out how to recycle all batteries. Harris County Household Hazardous Waste over in the 290 Beltway 8 area. They do allow for appointments to return equipment. And then now we're starting to see fire departments. Our Spring Fire Department is now at all of their stations allowing for batteries to be recycled at their fire stations. So this is a great unifying effort led by the leadership of Judge Hidalgo and Fire Marshal Christensen to really help create an education campaign for the public, because at the end of the day, we just want people to be safe. Judge?
Thank you. We'll take any questions.
Is there any fee that's involved in folks that have to take batteries to these locations?
No, there shouldn't be. Folks can show up. As far as the website, I want to make sure folks know to click on where to recycle. I failed to mention that in my English language remarks. But you're doing us with emergency management and your own community a favor by recycling these devices and these batteries. So of course, we don't want to charge people for that.
When you're purchasing it online, you said you use reputable. Is there something like a description that talks about certain lithium batteries are better than others that you want to be looking for?
So one of the critical things whenever you are purchasing, batteries like this one, is to look at the, if you can, I understand not always are you available, but if you can start looking for certain markings on here. Again, this has the US, the interlock. You may see a UL logo. But again, also through the Take Charge campaign, you can, through the website, you can see where there are knockoffs to replicate those, but they're pixelated or they just don't look right. And so what we want to encourage is people to purchase their batteries from reputable locations where you have an understanding, because we don't want to create undue risk as you're buying your child's next hoverboard or e-scooter, as we are seeing with our partners, specifically in our major metros, New York, Chicago, LA, as they're starting to see those hazards.
And one thing also to share is what we're doing in terms of electric vehicles. And so we now, as part of this code, there will be a button that folks can push if there is any kind of emergency while they're charging their vehicle, so that that system completely turns off. It's something that is generally a safety practice, but it's not fully available within electric vehicle charging stations. And our fire marshal's office will also be verifying that electric vehicle charging stations are in a location that is safe relative to whatever building or community may be nearby. Did I miss anything? No. Okay. All right. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. This is really exciting. I appreciate it. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, no, it's wonderful.
Great job, buddy.
Thank you. Nice to see you. Yeah, thank you for coming by. Okay, I'm gonna go that way.
Go that way.
See you guys.
Did you give them flowers?